Hey y'all, welcome to Crepe Myrtle Row. My name is Lisa. Today I have a pretty good size video to share with you. I know it's been a while, that I've been on here, so I have a pretty good size one. Plus, I want you to stay tuned to the end of the video because I have some absolutely amazing personal news that I want to share with you guys. So let's just get started. All right, the first things I'm going to share with you, I actually bought at an estate sale that was in my neighborhood. It was actually up the street from the house that I grew up in, and there was an item there, or a couple items there, that my stepdad made. And so let me get it and show you. So this shelf, he made that shelf back behind me, and so there were two of these, and they're huge, and you can take these pieces out, and it's got the pegs and all, but there were two of these at that estate sale, and I knew my stepdad had made them because, number one, I can recognize his style anywhere, and I remember, back in the 80s, or it was like mid to late 80s when he was making these. I remember the lady that lived in that house buying a lot of things that he made. But these were there was this one and another one just like it. They were the only two things left in the house, that I realized that he had made. And I saw them the first day of this estate sale, and they were asking like $30 a piece, which was not bad. I'm sure he sold them more for that back when he made them. But I went on the last day, and if y'all know how estate sales work, a lot of times the last day, they're just wanting to get stuff out of there. So it's usually half off, or they'll just like make an offer with it. Well, I went in that day, and the two were still hanging there. And, my daughter was with me, and we knew, she might possibly want them to put in her house. So I asked the guy, I said, okay, those two shelves there, how much you want? He said, give me $5 a piece for them. So I couldn't pass it up. Even if my daughter doesn't want them, I will find somewhere in my house, just because I know there's not that many of these around that my stepdad made. And yes, I have like this one. And I had a set just like this that he made. Used to be in my kitchen years ago. It was the long one like that, and one a little bit shorter that I hung right under it. But mine had like a plate groove in it. And, even back in the early 80s or late 80s when I got married, I was into the look I am now. My style hasn't changed a whole lot, but I had all the plates that I collected and stuff. So I don't know if I can't remember if I had just requested that for mine, and that's why mine had the plate groove, or after he made these first ones, he decided to start putting the plate groove in them. I don't know. But I could not let those go. And he's gone. He passed away in 2015, so anything that I can have of his. My entertainment center in my living room, when y'all seen that big old piece, he made that. He was a craftsman at his work with the woodworking and stuff. And I have several like picture frames and all that he made. So I was very excited to get that. Okay, this other item I got from the estate sale as well, but it was on the first day, so we didn't get a discount. But I got this little miniature scale. It's actually a postal scale, but I just loved the looks of it, and it was $8. But, I just love it. Now, it's kind of messed up here, but I don't care. I'm just using it for the looks anyhow. But love that one, especially because it was so like a little miniature version of other ones I have. I also bought this vintage, like, garden hose sprinkler or whatever you call it. I just dropped the gasket out from under there, so it probably still works, but I just thought that would be pretty in a vignette with some of my other vintage garden tools, and I think I paid $4 for that. All right, next I got this rolling pin. It has the cork in, and I'm assuming you would put like hot water or something just to make things go better, or cold water. I don't know. I'm not sure how those work, but it also has a hook for hanging. But as you can see, I paid $6 for it, and I loved the graphics on it. And it does need cleaning up. I just haven't gotten around to that yet. And then one of the things I absolutely loved is I got this old Betty Crocker cookbook. Now, I have the other versions of this that say new cookbook, but I didn't have one that was just like this. And it's got some damage to it, but I don't care, y'all. It was only $2, and it's just gonna go in my collection. And I'm trying to see what the year was. I'm gonna assume 1951 because the copyright starts with 1941 and goes up to 51. So I'm assuming this one, you know, is a 51. And it must have been out in a building or something because there's like a lot of dust and things in there. But I looked to make sure there was no little bugs or anything living in it before I brought it in, but I absolutely love this. Next thing I got from that estate sale, and it was given to me for free on that last day, was this little New Testament Bible. And it's got like old newspaper clippings in it. And I believe it was given to someone in the military because of the way it was written right there. And then there was on another page, it had, you know, some other names of family and stuff in it. But there's the newspaper clippings in here are like from early 1950s and stuff. So I thought that was really cool. I mean, there was a car in here. I forget what the car was. I mean, it was like a $1,500 for a car, brand new car or something. But I love the looks of that one. This item was, I found 2 of these Christmas trees, and they were $5 a piece at Goodwill. And yes, I know it's all messed up. It's got to be painted, but y'all know how much these things cost when you try to get them new. I can buy the little bulbs that go in here, which I think I already have enough to do it. And then I can paint it. And I've also done a video on this where I painted one that was painted really, really bad, and I updated it because I have a whole collection of these at Christmas and display them on top of my entertainment center. So, but this one actually has like the ribbons and the little balls with it. So I'm going to have fun painting that up. It doesn't have a base, but I'm thinking I could probably order one. We got a couple of local ceramic shops around here that I probably could find just a small base that this would sit on that would hold the light. If not, I can just take a piece of wood or something and mount a light kit on it and just sit it up under here. Because I only use LED lights when I do these kind of trees, because I like to leave them on a long time and I don't want them getting so hot with the regular lights. So that's that. I got 2 of those. All right, the next item I got, and it was regular priced $8, but I got 25% off on the senior day. Love going to do that. That's the one good thing about getting older, you get some discounts. But I got this ceramic watermelon bowl, and I just love this one. My mama had one. I don't know if she still has it. I don't recall seeing it recently. So I don't know if something happened to it or she has it just put up somewhere. But she actually painted hers, and it was longer, like a more oval shape, where this one's more round. And at first I thought, you know, this looks exactly like the one she painted, but I don't see, and she normally would, you know, carve her name in them when she done them, and this one doesn't have anything, so I'm guessing she didn't do this one. But I have, y'all know, if you've watched me long enough, I have found things. My mama used to teach painting classes and stuff, and I have found things at thrift stores that she actually made 30 years ago and bought them back. But I thought this would be cute on my Hoosier cabinet, storing some of my fruit in. I found this milk glass bowl for $4. And again, I got 25% off. But I loved all of the detail to it. And originally, I thought because the way it was wavy like here, that maybe there was a lid that matched this wavy pattern that sit on top of it. But when I did a Google Lens, all the ones that came up did not show a lid. So I don't know. Let me know below if you know if this was supposed to have had like a rounded lid. I'm guessing if it had one, it was probably round with like the little pointy piece to grab it by. But I mean, you could use it without it. It's just a nice little trinket dish to use. And it's kind of deep enough if I wanted to do some of my little succulents in it, I could plant them in there. All right, these are a little set of salt and pepper shakers. $3 for the set. And I think it's California Poppies or Poppy Trail, something like that is the brand. I can't remember. I have the plates that match this, and they look really pretty putting out during the summertime, but love those. Then I found this teacup set. It was $5 for the set. Has the strawberries on it, but it is a Limoges. I guess that's how you pronounce that, y'all. I don't know, but I loved, because of course it's the strawberries. And speaking of strawberries, I found this little book. I thought it was so cute. What is it? Friends Are Berry Special, and it's just a notepad that's in there, and then you could have a place to put your pen and stuff. But I just thought it would be pretty just displayed like that with my strawberry collection, and it was only $1. And I loved the little strawberry print on it. All right, next I found these. They were $3 a piece. They're candle holders, but y'all know I love anything with these kind of like cherub looking little figurines and stuff. And I just thought they would be really pretty, either in my bedroom or out on my porch. I have a couple of statues that look something like this, but they're not candle holders. So I could kind of put these with those and all, but I just love those. Another thrift milk glass piece was this. They called it Art Deco. Now it was $6, which is kind of a little high for something this small in a thrift store, in my opinion, but I love the detail. I had never seen anything like that. And again, I don't know that it is, if it's missing the top. I'm thinking maybe because the way this comes up, it did have a lid that went on it. But I just thought that was so unusual. Loved that piece. I could not remember if I had shared this with y'all on a video, but it was a seashell. It was $2, and I think I got the discount that day. Someone had painted that scene in, and I have a place out on my porch. It's I call it my curiosity cabinet, even though it's not a cabinet, it's just shelves, like a bookshelf thing. But I call it my beach themed curiosity cabinet, because that's where I put all my stuff that's kind of beach related. And speaking of, the next thing I'm going to share with you, we're going to go out there, and it's going to be a picture I found. So we'll share that with you. This picture is an original oil painting of the ocean. Forget who's, I don't see the signature. Oh, it's over here on it. And it has a, you know, if you get to looking close, there's some damage to it a little bit. But, you know, for it to be out here with my curiosity cabinet, y'all, I've got to clean this. The pollen is so bad on it, but this is on my back porch, and I just kind of use this like all my beach themed stuff. And I thought that was perfect for hanging right there. So I love it. Okay, I did forget to share one thing that I got from the estate sale earlier, and it was this Planters Peanuts can. I don't know how old this is. There's no barcode on it, so I don't know when they started putting barcodes on things, but you don't find the metal cans anymore. And I've also got one just a little bit bigger than this, and I have it in my living room with a plant sitting inside of it. So that's probably what I'm going to do here, is just take one of my little pots and sit down inside and let that be the little planter part. Found these greenery pieces for $2 a piece, which is amazing because the shop that I know sells something like this, I think they are, it's either $14.99 or $18.99 or something like that for these. And they're just, you know, little green pieces. They're just plain on the bottom, and you just set them somewhere on top of a candle holder or anywhere just to give you a little pop of greenery, you know, to fill in the space. So $2 for those a piece, I knew were awesome. All right, I have a few more pictures, I think, or I got one more thing over here, but I have some pictures to share that I bought I love this one. It was $4. That background color will go perfect in my living room. And, you know, I use this kind of gold as a theme on the frames in there. Loved that. And for $4. This one, I love these. The botanical prints. This one is April, which is the month I was born in. As a matter of fact, this year, Easter falls on my birthday. So I get to celebrate Easter and my birthday all at the same time. But I paid $8 for it. I love the botanical print of it. And again, it's got like a gold frame. So somehow I'm going to incorporate it in my gallery wall in my living room. Haven't figured out what I'm going to have to move or give up to go in there, but I love this. And if y'all watch my friend Kim over at My Feathered Nest, she has the entire set of these, all 12 of them for each month. She had started collecting them, and years ago, I started helping her. So every time I was out thrifting and I saw them, I'd call her, hey, I found this, this, and this month. You want it? And she's like, yes. So in no time, between the two of us thrifting at different places, we were able to get the entire collection of all 12 months for her. This next picture is my absolute favorite. I'm trying to see, it was $14.99 plus my discount. And this was the best thing ever. This is an old window, so it's glass there, that someone hand painted. And y'all, just look at the detail. Hydrangeas on there. I absolutely love hydrangeas. And all those other flowers. Oh my goodness. This, I had an absolute fit over it. The wires broke on it, so I've got to redo the wiring on it. And I think I'm going to paint or hang this in my bedroom. Originally, I thought about putting it on my back porch over on the opposite wall from that other one I just shared. But then I'm like, I think I would enjoy it better in my bedroom. I would see it every day. I do go out on my porch a good bit, but there's times of the year that it's either too hot or too cold, so I don't go out there. And I would hate for the weather to actually change something about that paint and make it maybe start flaking off. I don't really know how they done it. You know, if it's just painted directly onto the glass or they put some kind of base down that made it stick better or what, I'm not sure. But I think I'm going to put that in my bedroom, over my bed or over to the side of my bed. Whenever I do it, I will share in some video what I did with it. But one other thing I have to share, and I know this is getting long, y'all, and I think I paid $5 for it, is this little blueberry basket. And it actually has a candle that smells amazing. But that piece comes out and it's just like a berry basket. But, oh my goodness, this smells like you just baked blueberry muffins. It is so amazing. And if y'all remember in another thrift haul, I think sometime last year, I shared where I got a pie that was the blueberry topping just like this. So this sits on top of my bread box and the pie's down below it and all. So love that. And I did have one other thing. I just seen it, speaking of the pie. I found this pie plate. And it's a cherry pie. So I have blueberry ones, cherry ones, have several strawberry ones. I think I got an apple one. And now I just need to figure out a place that I could display them all together. But I loved the little apple or the cherry pie one. Thought it was unusual, and I think it went like $5 or something. Okay, that's it for my haul video. But y'all please stay tuned because, like I said, I wanted to share some personal news for me. And it's that my daughter has moved. I mentioned before, they got out of the military and they moved back home to our town. And they were looking for a house, and they'd been looking for probably about 6 months, kind of looking, trying to find what they wanted. And y'all, we prayed about it, you know, because there was a few came along they looked at, and it just was not what they were wanting. And I mean, every day, several times a day, I prayed, Lord, just put the right house in their path, and that they're going to be happy with. And he answered our prayers, y'all. So let me take you off of here and go show you what her house is, or where her house is. Okay, are y'all ready for me to show you where she's going to live? That house right there, straight across the street from me. Can y'all believe that? Oh my goodness. I mean, I'm still not feeling like it's real that she's living right across the street from me. You know that saying squirrel when you get sidetracked? Well, literally, here's a squirrel, the little white squirrel playing in my front flower bed there. But y'all, my little grandson, he comes up to that gate right there and he starts hollering, Nana! Because he knows that I'm over here. My daughter said she didn't realize that he would figure it out quick that we were just right across the street. But she got out of the car yesterday and took him out of his car seat and set him down, and he come running up to the fence hollering for us. And then my little granddog, y'all seen her in pictures here. I've showed her the little brown Boykin Spaniel. I think it confuses her because she knows this is our house. She recognizes this house, always has. But she's over there, and I think sometimes that kind of confuses her, that why is she over there and we're over here? And calling me Nana, y'all, that's another thing. My grandson come up with that name on his own. We have always referred to me as Grammy, and that's what we've always referred to me, like when we're talking to the grand dog, it's like, hey, go to Grammy's or whatever. But my grandson just come up one day and he started saying Nana. And I told my daughter, I said, I think he's calling me Nana. And she's like, I don't know, maybe not. And then he kept doing it. Now he has a nanny. His great-grandmother is Nanny, and he calls her that. So he distinguishes between the nanny and the Nana. But so I kept telling her this and she wouldn't listen to me. And so one day we were sitting here and she said, is that Grammy and Papa or Nana and Papa? And he looked at her and he said, Nana and Papa. Just as plain as day. She's like, okay. And then she's like, okay, I'm going to test him again. So she turned around and pointed at me. She said, is that Grammy or Nana? And he looked at me and he smiled and he said, Nana. It was, y'all, so precious. So I'm a Nana now instead of a Grammy. And I'll take it. I don't care what he wants to call me, But to have him right across the street, y'all, he's going to be so spoiled rotten. He's going to smell. He's going to be so rotten. Y'all going to smell him when you walk out your door. You're going to be smelling something. You're like, oh, yeah, that's Lisa's grandson. I'm so excited about this, y'all. And, my daughter growing up here, y'all, there are 4 generations that's grew up on this street. My husband's family, his parents moved here in 74, I believe. I grew up the street with my mom and my stepdad. 5 houses up this street at the end of it. And we were raised here, me and my husband. Then we raised our kids here, and now she's raising her kid here. And we're not the only ones. There's probably about 5 other families in this neighborhood that have done the same thing. And by the way, that house out there, that's my husband's brother who lives there with his family. And he raised his family there. So, we're just all one big happy family here on this street. My neighbor next to me said we got a compound going on. And so it seems like that because, we grew up playing in these woods behind this house and everything. My daughter grew up playing on the back porch of that house with that lady's granddaughter. And, we have just never wanted to leave. And there's a lot of families in this neighborhood that are the same way. They don't want to leave. They leave and they come back and find another house in here. But I just thought I would share that good news with y'all. I was so excited about it. And that's it for this video. I hope it didn't get extremely long. I know it's pretty long, but I thought y'all would enjoy hearing about my good news and some of the reason you don't see me on here much anymore because I've got myself occupied playing with my little grandson and granddog and just spending time with my daughter, whom I didn't think I was going to get to ever have her this close. You know, as I told y'all before, her being in military, or her husband was military, you know, the closest base that they have lived to me was 3.5 hours away. So I never thought I would have them this close to me, and to have them literally across the street. I mean, you can't get any closer to me unless you were living with me. So that has just made my day. And I told him, I was kind of joking one day. I said, well, you know, it kind of works out great, because as your dad and I get older, now we don't have to worry about it. We got somebody right here that's close by to help take care of us. And she's told me, she's like, I was thinking, you know, kind of the same thing, that was another good reason to be living here is, you know, I can always be here to help take care of y'all. So we're just happy about it, and it just goes to show God does answer prayers. But I hope y'all have a very blessed day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.